Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 1800. Now, well, we do have a nice city, don't we? Yes, we do have it. We do have lots of skyscrapers. These guys have everything they want. They have biscuits. Yes, basic need, perfect, 100%. Biscuits, that is. Then we have a cognac that is not yet unlocked, but it is going to be unlocked right now at this very instance. Perhaps. Let's just have a look. It is going up, increasing by 1 right now. And I think we can take this one to finally also unlock them the cognac. This will once again push a few more investors into our town. So this will be starting to climb now. Any second, there it goes. And yeah, with that, we have also finished the last need for these investors. Holy cow, that was a lot, wasn't it? Like how many products we already have. It is getting more and more complex as we continue there. And for now, as we can see, nothing really is happening, but soon we will be able to, yes, finally upgrade them to tier 4, which is not even the last tier for these bad boys here. Then we still have the tier 5 skyscrapers ahead of us, and they're required for the monuments. Speaking about monuments, so what we really should be going for now and what we finally have unlocked in the last episode is the Research Institute, the foundations. With that, we unlock the scholars, once again another group of people that are extremely needy and do need a lot of stuff. And what we do with them, well, we basically place them somewhere. We do have the riverlands. Most of you said I should be placing them there. We also have this area where I guess a research institute also would look pretty cool. So up here, and then we have the scholar district, right? Or we have this location here where a research center would also look really cool up there. But most of you suggested I should go to Riverlands. I think we're going to like this one. It's not finally at the position of the research institute. We can move it then later, and we will need to move it anyway because I have no idea how it looks in here, right? I think this might be actually a pretty cool location up here, right by the waterfall, and everywhere here we have then the scholars, right? That should look out fine. Or we have it close to one of these rivers here, where we basically have it then very close to it. For now, let's build it in this spot there. I'm just going to build it for now. There you go. And with that, we also start this quest here, the Research Institute. Emperor Ketima suggests you realize Spinium's dream of a research institute in the old world. He too believes the work of international scholars will be of great benefit to your business prospects, as well as a significant moment in the history of science. So all about science here. Those guys, well, they do need a warehouse for now. Only for now though, we can get rid of that once again later. And with that, we can now start phase 2. So phase 1 was the foundation, and phase 2 is... well, phase 2. And we do need bricks, cement, workers, and 30 minutes of our time. Not really needy. It is the superstructure that we build now. And after that, we have still the final work to be done then. There we have it. Yeah, construction is going to take a while. Nothing else that we look at here. So that's basically it. Now, while this is happening, I do need to check a couple of other things that are pretty important. First of all, yes, I know some ships are under fire. I don't think it's very... yeah, it's just ships passing by, really, so nothing to worry about. And what we need to look out for here is gas. Gas is going down a bit. We are consuming gas for the power plants, but also for some of the products now and the... I think the department store it was, right? So gas is something we need to look out for. Let's go to the Arctic there real quick. First of all, this island here has been conquered once more, but we can't take it back again. So this is a back and forth all the time. What we need out here though is that some of my plateaus might not be fully working anymore because of some explosions. So there we have, for example, a gas mine that is not fully operational anymore. Let's just say it's not operational at all. And now we can work with it again. We do lack a bit of technicians workforce, but it is fine, I think. Up here we also have another one that I can build now. If we had the workforce, I do need to upgrade a few more of these people. They do need the pemmican food, so I think there is another problem coming up. Then over here in Quanuk, we have the technicians workforce to build us a third gas mine. And I think I should have it prepared somewhere. There it is, over here. And we can actually build it already. It gets the heating. It has the towers next to it. So there it is, another gas mine now. So 2 more gas mines working once more that haven't been working before. Let's upgrade those people here, so we do have the technicians workforce. And let's also repair these buildings here once more, because there is the Arctic flu once more, as always. And we do have a ranger station over there, but as we can see, it's a bit outside of its reach, so we do need a second ranger station just here. We have a lot of heating, by the way, in Quanuk, right? So we can still get a lot of people up here if we want to. And I guess we are going to do that at some point. Let's just have the... I think here it makes a bit more sense to use the ranger station, because it's a bit more central, so it affects all of these people there. That's just nice. Over here, yep, the next battleship is working. And by the way, reason why I lost some of these battleships was basically because they had items on board that destroyed them after reloading. It's a bug in the military mod. It's something that we need to work around with. Thanks for the advice there, and now we're not losing them anymore, so I can finally build up a bigger battleship fleet as well. Now, another very, very cool thing is happening now in the old world. We can finally take over an island of Bente. Yes, we have all the shares. Speaking about the shares, I need to check one more thing here. Western Frontier, there you go. And yeah, we can finally take this one over. It is a pretty heavily defended island, lots of cannons there, and over here too. And it's not because we want that island for ourselves. Nope, it's because we want to weaken her score. That is still abysmally high at 1032. Let's do this one. 11 million it cost me, so that's a bargain really. Righto? She will be quite surprised now. And I hope that her military score also goes down. Yes. But look at that. Not by that much. It's really incredible. She's going to take this island here back again right away, because it doesn't have the white flag. But it's fine. We could, by the way, start the takeover process of this island here. And we probably could crush Bente with that. I don't think that she could survive this one. But what I would do instead, I don't want to crush her yet. We might be going for these smaller islands that we have. They have, look at that, how many cannons they have for such a small island. I tell you, not even 8 to 10 battleships could take this one over. It's not possible because the harbor artillery is extremely strong and there's so many of them. Of course it's cheaty, but it's how it is. So we could take it over by sharing once again with the shares. And we could also then finally get rid of these trade routes that are in this area that are also causing lots of battleships to come in all the time. If I take down these two islands, I will further weaken her military score as well. So let's start the takeover process of both of these islands simultaneously. The only problem we have here is influence once more. So what I could do is, first of all, I could stop one of my battleship productions to get a bit of influence back in. I could also continue with upgrading more people to engineers, like to investors, like this block here. Right, we can still afford to upgrade a few more, even though we are coming closer to the limits of what we can upgrade because of our engineer workforce. Right, so we are at 76 now. That is actually makes it possible to get both of these islands take over. And here we have lots of artisans that we can also still upgrade to engineers. In that case here, my artisan workforce will suffer a bit. And once again, I do need to upgrade my workers. And those guys we have up here waiting for that. There you go. Perfect. At least we have a bit of things that we can still juggle around. And in Leary, we can continue upgrading more people to workers. We also have a few ruins over there. And those guys here, look at that, how close it is. Really, after so many hours in this game, we're still trying to juggle around the workforce. By the way, something very interesting has happened here in the old world. It seems like Bente is at war with the pirate because Bente was trying to take over the island and then the pirate came in and destroyed her ships that were just here. I totally missed that because of course I did not expect it. Look at that. And the thing is, Bente is now sending in a full force of her fleet. Holy cow, she really has a lot of ships there still, despite actually losing some of them. Well, some of them. I think there are ceasefire once more, right? Because now she's going in with full force, and of course she will be taking over this island here. There's no chance there that I can survive it. It's also nice to see her full fleet, right? Because that's it, and that's going to be quite interesting for us. Now, meanwhile, we can finally upgrade our skyscrapers to the next tier, and boy, I would really like to do this one. We can also just note where we have the tier 4 ones, so this one here, and then we could just mark this one and upgrade all the tier 4 ones basically to the next level. Let's do this for these guys here. There you go, even taller than before. This also makes it possible to upgrade the smaller ones now that we have here, or some of them, right? Because if I upgrade this one now, it does all of a sudden get a panoramic effect over the smaller skyscrapers here. So if we do it like that, we do need all kinds of different skyscraper tiers here, right? So this one here is now affecting those two, and this one here is being affected by all of them. So the higher the tier, they're being affected by all the lower tier skyscrapers. So this is helping out us a bit here with the money as well, especially since we can now get these panoramic effects. And even if it's decent, we are already making a nice cash there. So almost 1,500 credits for this one with the moderate effect, right? And we can still push this one, of course, higher. What we need to do first, though, is we need to upgrade these here to tier 4, and then we can go ahead and upgrade those smaller ones to the next tiers. And this is really a lot of one by one or manual work that we need to do here, right? Because it's not something you can just push over all the blocks. And we do need to make sure that we do have this panorama effect on most of these skyscrapers. Now with the tier 4 skyscrapers, these guys here, we also get new demands as usual. Nothing for the happiness, which makes me happy. But on the other hand, we do have the typewriter and the billiard tables they want now. So this, another 2 products that we need to adjust here. Now for the typewriter, I think we can use the already existing artisan workshop. Oh, the billiard table is here, but we do need a few more skyscrapers for that. And then it should be the assemble line. Please tell me that it's this one. Yes, it is. Typewriter, what do we need? Steel, brass, that's already here. But the lacquer is something new. So this would be our next target. I'm getting the lacquer done for my next productions. And let's just have a look at that. Lacquer, oh yep, it does require a lot of things. It does require sand, a resin, and the ethanol that we need. For that, we do need lumberjack huts and corn, and this is a new world production only once more. So let's go back to the new world, and here we have Tristão already with the workforce that we need for the new production chain. So this is the multi-factory, right? For ethanol here. Is it a multi-factory? I don't think so. No, it is not. But it is needed for the corn and the lumber. Now corn, we could just plant these plantations now on one of our islands. And I think it might be possible. No, it's not. I would rather suggest we just go with the corn with the docklands. We still have some room left here. And corn is rather cheap, I think. Up here we have it. And I could use once again my sewing machines, right? This might be possible. And yes, 1 to 6 is possible. 200 sewing machines. That is still something we can afford. That's 1,200 corn. That's going to be more than we ever need, right? And the lumberjack hut is already here. So ethanol would be finished already. Let's go ahead and build a few of these. We're producing 2 per minute. The typewriters are producing 4 per minute. And that consumes, well, one of the chemical plants here, the lacquer, right, is needed. So 2 of them are needed for 1 assembly plant. That means up to 4 of a maximum that we need for the chemical plant lacquer. And that, well, 4 here. And that means that we need 4 orchard resins because they are having a 1-to-1 ratio here. So 4 of them. That's once again in the new world. Now, of course, it can never be really easy. The resin is not in the new world, it's in the old world. And in Distant Forest, we still have some time, or we still have some time and space, I should say. Distant Forest, by the way, let's go ahead. I don't like this name so much. Let's call it San Antonio. And hello, I'm the donkey there. Thank you for your support. And glad, of course, you do like this still here. And sorry that I forgot it for so long. San Antonio is going to be one of our vital islands. So it's a proper name for it. And let's go ahead. We do need the resin on this island. We are going ahead here with, let's just see, 4 I said we do need as a maximum. Yeah, we're probably going to need more than that future-wise. So let's build the warehouse here. And then we still have more space over there. That's going to be just fine for it, I think. There you go. And we need to build all 4 of them. This one will tank my workforce, though, once more. So I do need to probably get us a few more buildings up here in Leary once more. And yes, I'm also getting some items over that boost the workforce and reduces the workforce of some of my industry. It's very, very important that we do this one, as we are getting really problematic there with the workforce. Let's just go ahead and have us a few more farmers here. We, by the way, still have lots of space, and we have the marketplace just over there. So these guys will be happy, hopefully. There you go. As Leary really starting to grow. Of course, once again, this is just the basic formation of Leary. And we're going to add then some monuments as well here. I think the town hall might be looking fantastic in Leary too. Even though it's just a worker island, it's a vital island for us. And every vital island should be having some ornaments and some monuments there as well. Here we do have a clay pit that I'm probably never going to use. So let's just build those houses around it. We should be golden with that. Let's keep it like that for now. And as we can see, the workforce is going up. Also, in the Arctic, I've given up one of my islands. Let's just see who's taking it now. It's Bente once more, unfortunately. And there's the white flag on it for some reasons. I was hoping that Hugo would be going for it, and he was not. He was just waiting in front of it. I was hoping he would actually settle on this island and making it unavailable for Bente with that, but he was a bit too slow there, unfortunately. So we will have to take it back at some point. Meanwhile, my ship has found lots of items at Archie's that is not only reducing ride chances, productivity, and also workforce needed by 80% for the assembly plants, and they need a lot of workforce already. We are also boosting workforce of our existing citizens here with those items there. As we can see for the town hall, 40% workforce boost. That is just beautiful. The usual newspaper is not needed, and let's just have a look around. Perhaps we find some additional ones that boost workforce at Eli. So I think Eli is not boosting the workforce. There is though very interesting items, that is the skyscrapers, happiness, maintenance cost, but bonus supply, residences with the department store, furniture store or drugstore needed, fulfilled, are provided with chewing gum, billiard tables and violence. This is pretty good, as that is these are very expensive products, so we save with that. So let's go ahead and go with the Blue Skies delivery service. And perhaps we find us another one like this. There he actually is, because we could have several of them in place then for my skyscrapers. There's also something for the scholar residences, so they're gained bonus happiness and they're also reduced income are needed, but not really something that I would go for. These have very interesting items, and they have new items, which is also really cool. The higher we go with our tiers, more items here appear. Okay, finally we are able also to build us the orchards here for the resin. There is also already a trade route, right, from San Antonio to Crown Falls that is getting already some orchards here, the cherry wood and the champagne or the grapes. Unfortunately, this one is quite full now. I think we could still try it. We have already used all 6 slots that the cargo ships have, so we do need another trade route, unfortunately. And I will definitely in San Antonio as well need to build us another pier. We can do this, though it's really tight here. So let's just see how we can do this. We can move the repair crane a bit over here for now. And that should make it possible that we can squeeze another one in like so. Right, it's a bit tough here actually because the harbor area is so small. We do need a few more steel beams though that we can easily do with the airship. I love the airship for transportation of building materials ASAP. So this one is really fast, getting there much faster than the ships. And we do get some steel beams over to San Antonio now to provide for that. How is my research center looking? It's coming along splendidly. And I can also continue here purchasing those shares since we do have the influence for all of that. She's trying to purchase some back, but nope. And I'm going all out on these islands there. Meanwhile, we can continue with the skyscrapers. Now, as we can see, this whole area is already almost full of all the skyscrapers. So we're only expanding now into this area here too. And then also more skyscrapers here that we can afford. So let's go ahead with those guys. They're costing a lot of windows, so we are really running out of windows there. There's lots of skyscrapers here that we can and should upgrade to the next tier to get the panorama effect there and also provide me some bonus income. And the same thing we could do with those guys here, getting also now that effect. How very nice. Of course, biscuit and chewing gum consumption is only increasing with that, unfortunately. And we could also have a look at night. Some of you like that a lot, so let's provide a bit more night view over that city. Of course, we don't have that many spotlight yet, but we're going to add them soon because spotlights really do add a lot to these skyscrapers. As we can see there in the distance, there is actually some of them on the town hall. Now there is the next phase completed for the research institute, so we can go ahead and finish this phase. There you go, already looking like something now. I love the red brick walls, and I can't wait for the Vibrant City DLC, by the way. That is going to drastically change the look of all of these buildings, making them more diverse looking, right? So gone are the days when everything is looking like that. They're going to be more colorful than ever, and I'm looking forward to that. Now, the Research Institute, can we actually start with the next phase? We can, right? I thought there was a quest for it, but we can't. There's not. Reinforced concrete, steel beams, windows, we don't have that much of it, but we can go ahead here and engineer workforce 1,000. We have that, fortunately, and that is the Research Institute, the final phase of it. And once we've done with that, we can then start researching building permits that we need for the scholar residences, and only then can we start with building scholar residences here and starting our Research Institute area, or our scholar district. That is the pretty important thing here. Now, next up, I would like to check my shares once again real quick. They are still 4 minutes away. The productions here are working. I can now also implement my next trade route that is going from Tristão to, oops, where is my Cape Trelawney? There it is, to San Antonio and to Crown Falls, right? So we have 2 trade routes actually now that do this route there, but we can't avoid that. I do need the ethanol here. There you go, like 200 tons should be fine. In San Antonio, we choose the products that we just started, the resin that is now being transported. As soon as I find it, it's really hard to find. Ah, there you go, it's on the raw materials. Let's take it 2 times. And all of that goes to Crown Falls. We still have some buffer room here for additional products. Griffin, we finished for that. A new cargo ship that is on its way now. And let's go to the new world because my airship has arrived with some steel beams. We are going to need them now to build the ethanol production. I think we should be full of corn by now on this one. There you go, 1,200 corn available. Swing Machines is suffering of that because a bit, but of course, trade routes are bringing in more of them. And we can now go ahead here and building us the ethanol plant, or chemical plant that is for that. It does need 125 obreros. We do have plenty of them. Let's build 2. There you go. We can squeeze them in just fine here. The warehouse is already fully upgraded. There is going to be an increased consumption for logs. So another thing that we should check, logs is full. Are we importing that by any chance? No, we are not. So I will probably need some additional lumberjack huts. I can't avoid that, right? Ah, okay, we have a massive surplus of logs anyway. And if I get rid of one of these sawmills here, we're definitely in for the surplus, right? So another sawmill gone. We are capped on timber anyway in Tristão for now. And the airship oyster catcher can go back to Crown Falls. Off you go. And with that, ethanol and resin is coming in. And that only means now that we need to wait a bit before we can finish our next production chain. Now, very important, the items have arrived for the workforce boost that we have in general. So let's just go to my town hall. I think we have available slots. Yes, they are affecting all the skyscrapers now. Let's have a look what we have here. Affect engineer residences, investor residences, and all skyscrapers. Workforce income, but -8 happiness. We do have enough happiness. I would just like to know how much it boosted. Holy cow! 50k on the balance in addition. With this single item here, if we sacrifice a bit of happiness. They're unhappy now though. Oh yes, okay, the member club is missing. Fundamentally. But that is a massive boost. I will probably need another members club. And yes, let's get our members club up here actually. There is a fire station that we no longer need. And we could use the space for an additional member club. I will need to move those engineers as usual over here a bit. Then we make up the space, and then I am able to squeeze in that member club here. Though we do need to wait for a bit more windows. And I probably will need to boost my window production a tiny bit because we need it for so many things. But I think we actually keep this one activated. The workforce boost is a nice bonus, but the income is huge. What else do we have here? Affects all residences, the workforce boost. This is something I would like to add for the workers, that we need them. Because we don't really have that many workers. Affects the engineers, investors, and the skyscrapers. And this one is providing pocket watches and jewelry if the bank has been fulfilled. We could also go ahead with this one here. It's a nice reduction to pocket watches in general. And then we have, let's see, affects all residences. Affects all residences, happiness plus 18 and workforce plus 15%. This is really powerful there as well. Because this is counteracting the happiness penalty, so they are content again. perfect, really, right? And my engineer workforce also went up there significantly. I'm happy with those items. We can keep them here for now in the town hall, and we might be building another town hall then here, a town hall center at least, for these skyscrapers for another big boost. Stay tuned.